The computer, an essential tool in the 20th century. Computer connectivity is rapidly becoming more accessible to users both large and small. While local area networks, LANs, are an efficient means of achieving connectivity in large corporations, the smaller business wants to avoid the expense and expertise required to install and maintain a network. With small business comprising more than 70% of the 120 million plus users in the USA alone, the international market is looking for a more cost-effective solution. What the small business wants is an inexpensive way to share expensive peripherals such as lasers and plotters. But how do you achieve local connectivity without installing a local area network? With this question in mind, Link, local intelligent network communication, has been conceived as an inexpensive solution which is set to revolutionize the PC market. Terry Ashwin, the inventor of the Link system, who has been at the leading edge of technology design and development for more than 15 years, explains the concept.
Well, the Link system is simplistically a replacement for your cable system running from your PC to your printer. The product is very simple to use. It's so-called term plug-and-play system, where instead of having your standard cable running from your PC to your printer, you can now plug in a small little box, so-called, into your PC and one into your printer, and you can remove the two from one another. And you can put your printer anywhere up to 30 meters away from your PC on a global basis.
What impact will the Link system have on existing software packages? Ian McIntosh, a leading software specialist, explains.
Well, it's perfect because, first of all, the system does not rely on software to make it work. It's actually a hardware system. In other words, you just plug it in and it works. No software is required to configure the system, set this up, change that, this complicated configuration, or anything in that nature.
But is the Link system the right product for the small business environment? Product developer Alistair Vessels explains why the Link system will appeal to the target market.
Link is intended to be used by average people who utilize PCs. These could be home users or they could be small business users. And for this reason, we've purposefully kept the product simple. We've taken great pains to make it friendly. We believe that it's got to be sophisticated, but it mustn't be complex. Users will buy the thing on aesthetic appeal, they'll buy it on practical value. It's just got to turn them on before they purchase.
What other benefits does the system offer?
What we found is that the users like to put the printers in a central part with all their stationery, etc., and it's all together so that everybody can use those printers. Other users can also plug in PC units and share that printer.
From a technical aspect, how does the radio transmission system work?
The free bands in our country and in America are very broad and very open, and the system operates quite freely within those free bands. In RF, it's working at the same frequencies, and we deliberately chose this frequency as your little car alarm systems, etc., so that nobody could block that frequency, and that's why you have what's so-called a free band. It's actually sending information through the air using RF is far cleaner than it is doing it through cables. Cables, being copper, have a tendency to pick up from other copper conductors, electrical conductors. We find that we send through the information error-free, obviously, because it's checked, but with very few repeats of the blocks.
Can the system be further enhanced and extended through the use of software?
The computer and the printer are linked via an intelligence system. An intelligence system means that the LinkTech units contain a microprocessor with a certain amount of memory. Now, what you do is on the PC you can enter any electronic mail message, such as, for example, a telephone message that just came in on the switchboard, which the secretary took while you were out. It can then be transmitted across the air. And this can work not just for telephone messaging, but all types of email, memo, internal office memos, etc. Not just that, is you can attach a file to it as well, or do a file attach. You can say, Bob, here's the latest copy of our East Coast sales, and you can send that together with it. And that could be a Lotus spreadsheet, an Excel spreadsheet, anything. It transfers the email regardless of the actual software platform that you're running on. That doesn't just include Windows. It includes Windows NT, which we've tested the system on. It includes OS 2. In fact, it'll include any system that has a Centronic standard interface. And that, of course, makes it virtually any system whatsoever.
Extensive research and development, both in terms of product design and applicability, have been conducted on the Link system.
Our research reveals that 70% of users are small business users. They are very keen to invest in a low-cost network type system. So from a marketing point of view, there is a very large mass market. What is driving the technology is the whole thing of networking and work groups. The average office worker needs to connect with other office workers. They want to exchange information and be more effective in their jobs. Link is a very cost-effective network device which allows them to communicate with each other. So there will be huge efficiencies in terms of productivity for companies that start using network tools such as a Link system. I think the essential thing about a good product is an integration of specialities. In the case of Link, we've got very high innovative ideas with excellent engineering, with excellent software development, and what we need to do next is create an excellent production item which has huge consumer appeal. The whole issue of product development hinges around an integration of all these things to create a really successful product at the right price. Industrial design is one of those elements, and it fits into the product development exercise in terms of new products.
It's very simplistic to use. It has its own built-in intelligence. You plug the one unit into the PC, the other into the printer, and you print.
What is the future in the development of the system? Does the technology allow for the expansion into other related fields?
Essentially what we have is we have a communication system which can be adapted to suit many other things other than just the printer and the computer. Because we have a computer system that is capable of transferring information, as I explained, between point A and B, it has a tremendously exciting future. Now, those point A's and B's could be two computer systems, and that's the technical definition of a computer network. We just write for the system a network device driver that will run under either Windows for Workgroups or Windows NT, OS 2, even the new Windows version 4, which will include all of the network capabilities. That also covers the area of Novell, Banyan, whatever networking system. We can write a device driver for it, and the system will be able to function as a network card.
Well, I think, in general, we're a very inventive company, and one of our major future ambitions are to utilize the technology in as many inventive roles, not only just applicational roles as possible, and come up with new concepts for the actual technology. And some of these are, first of all, we have a cordless mouse, which we'll be launching, which simplistically we are making into a ultrasonic mouse. Reason being that the ultrasonic doesn't interfere with the RF, so you've got an ultrasonic mouse. And then we're also doing a infrared keyboard, so that the keyboard would also be wireless to the actual PC. So you'd be sitting along with your wireless mouse, and you could draw, etc., your wireless keyboard. And then, of course, we're also excited about the fact that we're going to have a small electronic diary, which are going to do time management, so that you can time manage work spent on various activities. This little time management tool would offer a automatic link to the PC, no plugging in, nothing. As the man returns to the office, all the information will be transferred, as well as information for him, memos, telephone calls, will all be put into his little electronic diary without him having to have, as you can see, our electronic diary doesn't have a keyboard because you don't need one. It's all typed on the keyboard by your secretary and put inside for you. as well as onto the actual diary management systems, we've also incorporated a RF system that would incorporate onto your diary a barcode reader that when powered up you can do barcode reading for your various entries, like I was saying. So we're getting away from these little keyboard and keyboard mode entry activities, which are such a hassle. And we're hoping one day that all business cards are going to be printed with the barcode of your address, etc., on the back of them, and we'd simply, you would give me your business card, I'd take out my little time management system and I'd just run it across the back of the card and it would all be in my database as I walk into my office, from my pocket into my PC, and everything's updated, etc.
Radio technology therefore offers exciting potential for the development of a cable-free computer environment.
It communicates, it transfers information, and there's no necessity for a cable to transfer that information. We can do it via radio, and that means that anything, whatever it may be, a future item that we don't even use today, can be adapted to work on the system, because almost everything works with a transfer of data, and that's what the system does. It transfers data exceptionally well.
LINK is an acronym for Local Intelligent Network Communications. And that's what we think it's about. It's about providing connectivity between users. We do not like cables. We think users don't like cables. We feel that we can provide convenience, we can provide ease of use, and inevitably it will lead to great acceptance by consumers.
In finishing off, I think that I should mention that you must expect that when you get your LinkTech product that you might find an unusual obstacle in the kit that you get, which is a pair of scissors. And the major aim of that is that once you've unplugged your printer cable, just so that you never use it again, is to cut it in half so that you make sure you never use these cables again, and then throw them away.
Local Intelligent Network Communication, revolutionizing the power of the PC.